Like many of my colleagues, one of my first jobs was also at a convenience store. My first job ever at 12 years old was, of course, delivering newspapers, but shortly after, when I entered high school, it was at a convenience store. And, convenience stores not only provided me with jobs and equality of opportunity, but also my grandparents, who I came to Canada with, who came as refugees from the former Soviet Union. And, obviously, my grandparents' credentials couldn't be recognized right away. My grandpa being an engineer, my grandma being a teacher, and so like many newcomers to Canada, their first job was also whether it was a gas station or a convenience store, and that's how they started their humble beginnings, and they could save up their first few dollars to buy an apartment and then buy a home and achieve that dream of home ownership. But those values that a convenience store instilled in my family and me also was instilling the values of hard work, like so many of our convenience store workers did this whole pandemic. And I commemorate the member for introducing this bill because it's going to be a big thank you to all the convenience store workers, whether they come from humble beginnings or they just are really passionate for the job or it's their first business. And when I was speaking about this private members bill in my community, I can't help but talk about Rod's Esso. It's in Innisfil and Alcona, and that convenience store was recognized and that gas station was recognized throughout COVID because they did everything to keep their customers safe. They wiped down all the handles every moment they could. And something that the owner was talking about his workers, and I wanted to read his quote here in the House because he really wants to celebrate his workers. He says, "Our staff here at Alcona Esso have been amazing throughout all of this. The staff have had to adapt to all the changes that have come our way, masks, cleaning barriers, extra hand sanitizer stations. Our staff were at the forefront when we really didn't know what COVID was all about. Some employees were scared and worried, but still went to work every day because they wanted to, and some customers just wanted to chat as they haven't been out of their house and needed to see people. Thanks to our staff for sticking it out through this pandemic, as this has been a life-changing event from all of us," end quote. And it wasn't just him, Speaker. I also spoke to Preminder, whose grand opening I went to well before COVID, and his family also opened up a convenience store right beside the Canadian Tire. And they also recognize that this is going to be able to celebrate all of their workers and all the hard work they do. So I wanted to recognize all the convenience store owners. From me to you, thank you for all the work you're doing, and look forward to celebrating you for an entire week.